So, Square Enix has just announced that the Moogle Treasure Trove, the hunt for mendacity, has just started. For those that might not know, the Moogle Treasure Trove is a way of giving us content to do while giving us rewards while we wait for the launch of the new patch. This one is for patch 6.4, and you'll be able to get some rare items, such as the Porksy Earring is exclusive to this event. The other two, I believe, are Sky Builder scripts, but we will get to that shortly. But basically, you clear old content, you get tombstones, such as you would get poetics, and you can turn them in for the rewards. It will launch next, I believe, Monday. Yes. This time around, we're going to go to the near raids. If we're doing the third near raid, you'll get 7. The second near raid, Puppet Spunker, you'll get 6, and the Copied Factor, you'll get 5. Also, Praetorium, as always, you'll get 7. So MSQ Roulette will always guarantee, I believe, 7, 4, or 3 of the tombstones. I'm personally excited about these as someone that doesn't have the near glamour all done yet, and I would like one of everything. I'm going to be running this a lot that night, and a lot of other people will as well. Not only that, the Hidden Gorge and Fields of Glory PvP, you'll be able to get 3 on a loss or 5 on a win. By doing Hullbreaker Island, Castrium, or Tometome Deepcroft Hard, I believe these two are completely optional, you will get 4. For doing Darkhold, Karn, or Cutter's Cry, you will get 3. Or the Trial in MSQ Roulette, you will get 3 as well. By doing any of the normal raids for Alexander, or Cloud Deck, Castrium, Morinium, and Cinderdrift, or the weapons from the Stormblood expansion. It might be Shadowbringers. I'm not too sure about that. I get them mixed up because you pick them up in Alamigo. You'll be able to get any of these at the 3 capital cities. The rare item this time is the Porksy Earrings, which we saw earlier. We have 3 mounts at 50 tombstones each. We got the Ixian mount, which is only available through a rare Fate spawn and or Fox Leaves and Chloe's Gold Certificate. You can get the Megalotargus Horn, which is available for Sky Builder scripts. You can get the Magitech Predator Identification Key, which is exclusive to older Tombstone events. So this is also the one available through Alamigo, actually. So this is one of the dungeon drops. These are all 50, as well as the Modern Aesthetics hair here, which I believe you get for Sky Builders, Heaven on High only. You can get the /insist emote, which is a talking emote that you can use wherever. A Longfall orchestration roll is the music from the wedding, and a very popular, I believe the Primals did it. Don't quote me on that. The especially Time Worm map, it is a level 80 group map, such as all the other 80s, but it guarantees a portal for your party. The King Karn Earring, I believe, was an older one. I am not too sure about that one, but let me pull it up on my second monitor, because I am not 100% on where you're supposed to get these. The King Karn Earrings was a reward from a fate in the Maker's Quarter. All right. In addition to that, we have a little bit more. Let me move this over for that. We have a wonderful amount of different horns. You got the Laura Gabadoo mount, which is available from the A Realm Reborn Tribe Quest for the Souls. The Elbist horn, which you can get. I'm just sitting here moving the TikTok content all around. The Elbis horn from the Sahagan vendor, or the Sahagan tribe, which is the Lenosha one. The Gabadoo again, because I don't think it was shown. You can also get the Auntie Horn and the Nightmare Whistle. The Auntie Horn is from Battles of Extreme / In For It, as well as Nightmare is available from any of the original 3 A Realm Reborn trials, the Naval Howling Eye and Bowling Embers. It is a rare drop. I believe it's like 1 or 3% drop rate from them. You got the White Lantern from Containment from Limitless Blue. You got the Demonic Lantern from Containment Bay 7/1T9 Extreme. We got the Reveling Kamui. I just call them the Wolves, which is from Susano. And then we got Blissful from Lakshmi Extreme Trials. Outside of that, you got normal housing items. You have the Bone Wicca set, which drops from the it's something compass. It is a optional dungeon in Stormblood, the Swallow's Compass. And if you do not want to grind or wait for a drop, you can exchange them for 15. The riding map increases ground speed for the areas listed. However, once you hit level 50, you'll be able to fly there, and this does not affect flying at all. They're a little outdated. We got Prometheus, Byaku, Vanu, and Gali cards. They're not worth much in terms of exchange. I mean, it's almost exactly one of Near Raid or Praetorium. However, cards are very easily farmed. We have Wind Up Succubus, which is a minion from the Hunts for A Realm Reborn. We got the Black Hayate, which is available from the new Deep Dungeon in Endwalker, or Holmeister Switch, the first dungeon in Shadowbringers. We also got the Flibbergibbet roll, which is available from the Sliffs, and is the Sliff music of the Sliff theme where their beast tribe is, as well as Peace of Mind is the Voth from Heavensward music. So all in all, there's a lot to be get. Personally, the Porksy earring is exclusive to this event. They haven't brought back any ones from other events, and they do, and it is shown up here. Personally, I am not one for all of the earrings. I think I have 1 pair in my glamour dresser. The identification key is a very low drop, so that is worth 50. The Ixion and the Megalotaurus one, Skybuilder scripts are not exactly hard to get, but they're not too bad. Ixion is quite literally hope and pray. You can see the fate, I think it's 2 or 3 times. Longfall can be farmed, however, sometimes it's easier buying it. You believe you get the long fall from the actual dungeon. Yeah, it drops from the dungeon, so you can pretty much run that. We got Sky Builders. I believe, did I say where we got this? I am not too sure. All right. This one comes from a firmament for 1800 scripts. So personally, what I'm going to do, I'm going to be running a lot of the near rates for glamour. I am going to be buying these 3 mounts because those are very hard to obtain. If you want the Gabadu mount and the Elvis from the A Realm Reborn, tribes are extremely tedious grinding, but eventually I would like to do them all. But if you want to take the shortcut and save yourself 120,000 gil and about a month and a half of dailies, then you can buy them. The horns, the whistles from Realm Reborn, the Anthorn, the Anthon, I highly not suggest getting that. it is infinite. At higher levels, you can, I believe in Endwalker, my current time is 1 minute and 6 seconds to farm it. And it will also drop Nightmare while it is a lower drop rate. I have seen it 4 times in my time of playing Final Fantasy. It is lower, but it's not astronomically low in which I would suggest it. You can again farm the Realm Reborn trials at a higher level on Extreme, and you can get them extremely low clear times with decent set of gear, or you can even ask someone else to run you through them. And most of the time, if you're like, hey, I want them out, a lot of people will say yeah. The White Lane and Demonic Lane are the Heavensward trials. I believe Limitless Blue is a little bit harder to solo, but is doable. The Containment Bay one, I believe, is also soloable at higher levels, but they might be worth it. The 2 wolves for Lakshmi and the Susanu ones, Stormblood, you still cannot solo as far as my knowledge. You might be able to do it as a warrior with good gear and actually knowing how to play the class, but personally I would exchange my tokens for them. The platinum card, I believe, is 30 tokens for 50,000 MGP. If you really need MGP, that is 100% worth it. The housing sets, I don't really know much about housing. Bone Wicca, if you really want one piece from it and you don't want to farm the dungeon 6-7 times, it might be worth it. Personally, I wanted a mistletoe weapon from the Aerie. I ran it about 87 times before my white mage weapon dropped. So you can farm it for a while, but I believe it is a level 70 run in a dungeon that is not on extreme or anything, that you can easily run yourself at max level. Riding maps are completely outdated unless you're lower level, but it's featuring that a lot of these where you get them, you're level 50 or above, and by that point you have flying. The cards I would personally farm up myself. For the 7 tomes, I would get the orchestra rolls simply because I don't want to have to spend currency on it. It is quite literally 2 runs of Praetorium. The Wind Up Succubus is a hunt for A Realm Reborn. They're not too hard to do. It's 500 tokens. You can get that in about I want to say about a week or 2 weeks. This is from a dungeon. You can farm the dungeon, or you can run again Praetorium, spend an hour and a half, and just buy it. We do not know what the Blue Mage cheese will be. For those that don't know, Blue Mage is a limited job which you can steal spells from other ones and level. Every Tombstone event, there is a Discord that finds the easiest way to farm them. It's probably going to be one of the Alexander raids, and it'll consist of like 8 Blue Mages just running in and like 4-shotting stuff. I believe that's going to be it, because it's just going to be the easiest thing to do. I just don't know which one. There's usually a whole guide on the Final Fantasy XIV subreddit for it. So, and that will lay out where to get the spells, what level you need to be, and you can find groups for it almost day 1 on the party finder. Usually they'll end up clearing in like 2 minutes. So while you only get 2 versus an hour-long near raid or an hour-long Praetorium, they become very efficient, because in a matter of 10 minutes doing the Blue Mage, you'll already have you'll already beat out the older stuff. But again, that is limited job and a lot of setup and a know-how that I've personally never done. But yeah, so there's a bunch of good stuff, and it will run until the launch of 6.4. I believe as well PvP and Crystal Conflict series will be ending, so you might want to try and get the mount at 10 or the exclusive armor at rank 25. PvP is a good way to level. It is tedious and a grind that I think it takes like 165 losses to get to rank 25. And every 3 wins count as a free game you don't have to do. I did that grind last season and I told myself I wasn't going to do it again, but here I am. A little bit around anywhere from about 2 to a month to the next patch, and I have not touched PvP. So anywho, I'm Valen. Thank you for watching, and I hope you find what you want from the treasure event.